Greetings, Doc John here, and I am the Entreprofessor. Is ChatGPT cheating? That's the question that learners, students, educators, administrators of learning institutions are all talking about right now. Is this new technology something that should be embraced or something that really interferes with the learning process? In this video, I'm going to talk about the issue. I'm going to suggest 8 different things to think about when asking this question. And I should say right here, all of the opinions stated here are my own. They don't represent any other person or institution. Let's get into it. In case you aren't familiar with ChatGPT, it's an AI-assisted writer. It will actually create written material based on a prompt that you give to it. Other similar technologies like Jasper, Content at Scale, Copy.ai, and the list goes on and on. They're getting easier to use. Many of them are now free, and they're getting to be very, very sophisticated in terms of the tools that they provide to assist writers in creating material. Along with that comes an inherent problem. The AI is now able to produce a piece of intelligible work that could be a response to an assignment that's given in a course. And so this is where a lot of the controversy comes from. So I'm going to suggest 8 questions or ideas to consider when asking this question about whether ChatGPT is a useful tool or whether it is actually cheating. On one hand, learners might say it's an efficient way to generate a lot of material and save time, and at the same time move forward through lots of different class material. Much like the calculator originally had an effect on math and the way math was done when formulas and processes and algorithms became the focus of higher levels of math, and the calculator became just a facilitating instrument. On the other side, some would suggest that using ChatGPT or other AI writing generators is actually more like asking your roommate to do your assignment for you, or paying someone to do the assignment so that you don't have to. So in the following few minutes, I'm going to outline some thoughts, questions, ideas to consider when you're asking this question: is ChatGPT cheating? Number 1, does it sidestep the learning objectives? I think this is an important question because if using an AI generator actually then replaces the student or the learner and their effort to absorb the material, integrate the material, synthesize the material, then in that case, it probably is something that should be either limited in its use or put in a very specific framework, or even precluded altogether. Because ultimately, every course is set up by the instructor to achieve certain learning outcomes. If using an AI generator or other AI-driven tool actually sidesteps that learning objective such that the learner does not come out with a higher level of understanding or has not achieved mastery of a particular skill set, that's probably an indication that ChatGPT is not appropriate for that particular assignment. Number 2, are you directing the work or are you delegating the work? I think this is a question that really the learner has to think through for themselves, but I think it's also one for educators to consider as well. Is when using the tool, is it just that the tool is being used to direct the work? In other words, the work is being done, learning objectives are being achieved, but the tools are being used just to facilitate that outcome. Or is the work being delegated to the AI? In other words, is the work, the assignment, the objective being handed to the AI and the output being then submitted as original work without any kind of analysis or effort or engagement on the part of the student? If the learner is just delegating the work to the AI, then there's probably a good case to be made that that's very similar to just asking a friend or family member or hiring someone to do the work for you. Number 3, does the output from the AI include assertions or knowledge that you yourself do not have? If the output from the AI is something that you couldn't yourself sit down and generate from your own mind or your own thinking within the parameters of the assignment, then there's a pretty good chance that really the AI has done the work and not the student. And so that's probably an indication that it's more at least leaning towards cheating as opposed to doing something that the student has achieved and accomplished as part of their learning process. Number 4, and I don't mean to state the obvious, but is there a set of policies or guidelines that dictate whether an AI generator or writer could be used? An instructor might put specific instructions in a syllabus or specific parameters in a syllabus, either restricting or defining the guidelines of use for these types of technologies. A college, university, high school, learning institution of some kind may have a set of policies that says that AI generators are not permitted, or that they are, but only within certain parameters. This is really probably the first place a learner should go when considering whether to use ChatGPT or any of these AI generated writers is it permitted by the university? If you were open about its use, if you indicated in the assignment itself that that you used this type of technology, would that have an effect on whether the work was acceptable or not? Number 5, does it contain your own analysis, experiences, and applications? Have you actually put yourself into this work? Even if the AI generators help to choose the words and the word order, have you actually put the content in? Have you done the work? Have you done the analysis yourself? Have you taken the data, done your research, properly cited that research information? Have you done the work? That is a question that really has a lot to do with whether the AI is doing the work for you or whether you're using the AI to assist in the work. Number 6, can you be certain that the AI generated text does not have uncited source material? This is probably one of the biggest concerns with AI, is that you can inadvertently commit plagiarism because you're using material that's been scraped from the internet somewhere, and the AI has brought that into your piece, and you don't know where it came from, and you don't have the ability to properly cite the material. This is perhaps the greatest danger of using an AI writer, is you don't really know what the source material is. Now, more advanced AI writing tools like Copy AI and Content at Scale are starting to incorporate more tools that allow you to provide the source information and direct how the AI will use that information. In those cases, you'll have a better chance of being able to know where your source material is and to properly cite it. But to date, most of the AI writers do not cite source material, do not give any indication where it came from, who the original author might have been, and so this is a big red flag in terms of having material represented in the work that is plagiarized material, even if it's unwittingly so. Number 7, are the skills that the AI is performing actually part of the learning objective for the course? If it's a writing composition course, or the assignment it has to do with writing structure or grammar or other types of writing skills, then chances are very high that an AI generated piece of work is going to run counter to those learning objectives of the course, and again, do the work for you rather than put you through the rigor of learning the technical skills of writing. So that one seems like a pretty clear-cut example where ChatGPT would be, if not cheating, at least starting to shortcut those learning objectives like we talked about in point number 1. Finally, number 8, would the work be flagged as an AI-produced work? There are several very good AI detectors in the market. Hugging Face is an example, and these are algorithms that are meant to analyze text and determine whether it's more likely it was produced by an AI or by a human. I've done some testing with these technologies. They seem to be very good. They usually rate very high anything that's been produced by AI. Anything I've written myself or writings that I've tested that were written by other humans usually rank very, very low in terms of AI generated work. So as a result, these detectors, at least at this moment, seem to be fairly effective. And if you present a piece of work that's later placed into an AI detector, is it going to reflect the idea that you have used an AI generator perhaps when you should not have? If that would be something you would be concerned about, that's probably an indicator that this type of technology isn't right for the assignment or the situation. Ultimately, the use of AI generators is between you and the instructor institution that you're learning from. If you're trying to achieve learning objectives and the AI is really shouldering the work, even if it's just for your own learning, you're probably not getting as much as if you do the work yourself. However, AI writing tools and AI generators, as they get more sophisticated, provide really an approach that could aid the process of producing all kinds of written material in a more process-driven and purposeful way. AI generators like Copy.ai, Jasper, Content at Scale, these all actually take you through like a wizard through a writing process where you start to develop your premise, you develop your outline, your structure, you identify what source material you want to use, you organize that material, So in these cases, it's generating words for you, but it's really taking you through the writing process where you are the mind behind it. And so I'm going to start to take a look at some of these types of AI writing tools in future videos. But as we can see, there could be situations where it's not inappropriate to use these. In fact, they could improve the quality of the work. They could improve your engagement with the material and improve the outcomes in terms of your learning objectives and the material that you produce. This question will not be answered quickly. Certainly it will be ongoing for a long time in all forms of learning institutions and organizations. But this is just a first step, and hopefully this is useful as you consider whether to use these technologies for yourself or to write policies for courses or other purposes. I'd love to hear your comments. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, hit notification. Put your comments below. I'd love to have dialogue about this topic in a substantive way. So there clearly seems to be opportunities to leverage this technology to do some really good things. Let's continue this discussion and start to really consider what are the best ways to use this kind of technology. Let's keep going.